my name is Kat, and today I'm doing the coffee book tag. So this tag was created by Bangity Bangs, and he also tagged me, so I'll link his original video below. And basically, this tag combines 3 of my favorite things in the world: coffee, books, and the internet. So you bet your sweet ass I'm gonna do this tag. I have 8 bookish questions inspired by various coffee-type beverages, so let's get into it. Question 1 is black coffee. Name a series that's tough to get into but has some hardcore fans. For this one, I'm going with The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Now, I'm not sure if other people would consider this series tough to get into, but personally, I find it very intimidating, and the one time I tried to read it previously, I had trouble getting into it. However, I am definitely going to read this book, mostly because of the hardcore fans. There are so many people who love this series and who just rave about it, so I'm gonna give it another try. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. Question 2 is Peppermint Mocha. Name a book or series that gets more popular during the winter or festive time of year. For this one, I'm gonna go with the obvious answer of Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Even though this series takes place over years and years and seasons, the winter Christmassy scenes are always like so stand out to me, and they're so heartwarming. I just love this series so very much, and I think it's the perfect series to reread when it's dark and stormy and wintry. I mean wintry for like other people, because here in Los Angeles we get like 1 day of rain, and that's winter. Question 3, hot chocolate. What is your favorite children's book? Now, if I were being completely honest, I would just hold up Harry Potter again, but I don't want to repeat it. So instead, I'm gonna go with the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan. I didn't actually read these as a child. I was in my 20s when I finally got around to them, but that didn't even matter because I love them. These books are fantastic, and it doesn't matter how old you are, adult, child, maybe if you're a baby you can't read them yet, but just wait, you'll get there. When you grow up, they're fun and hilarious and tell a fantastic story, and they're just overall great. If you haven't read these yet, pick them up. Pick them up. I don't care how old you are, pick them up. Question 4 is double shot of espresso, aka my favorite drink. Name a book that kept you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. And for this one, I've chosen Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. If you've read this book, then you understand. And if you haven't read this book, then you probably should, unless you have a family history of heart trouble, because this might kill you, but it might be worth the risk because it is so bloody damn entertaining. I don't even know where to start. Like, this is a double shot of espresso in book form. Man, oh man. Question 5 is Starbucks. Name a book that you just see everywhere. For this one, I'm gonna go with Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Now, this book originally came out over 20 years ago, but it's kind of going through a surge in popularity because of the TV show adaptation. I've actually watched all the episodes of the TV show that are already out, and I do really enjoy the show, so I need to get to the book. Especially because my friend Natasha loves this series and talks about it all the time. And she's not the only one. Like, so many people are just discovering these books and everyone is talking about them, so I need to see what it's all about. I need to jump on this bandwagon. Question 6 is hipster coffee shop. Give a book by an indie author a shout out. Now, for this one, I've chosen an author that is both self-published and traditionally published, and that is Jennifer L. Armentrout. I loved the Luck series by her, so that's what I'm gonna recommend, but she has written so many books, and she's self-published some, she's worked with smaller publishers and larger publishers, and I love her writing and I want to read more of her stuff, but if you're new to her writing, this, I suppose, is what I would recommend by her. Question 7 is, whoops, I accidentally got decaf. Huh. Name a book book that you were expecting more from. For this one, I'm going with The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Now, this wasn't a bad book, but it did have so much potential to be more than it was. There was so much great tension and build-up, and I was expecting something mind-blowing and awesome and epic, and that's not what I got. I know some people were completely satisfied with this book, so maybe I'm in the minority here, but I was just expecting a lot more from it, and it fell a bit flat for me. And finally, question 8, the perfect blend. Name a book or series that was both bitter and sweet, yet ultimately satisfying. For this one, I have to go with the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, because bitter and sweet and ultimately satisfying just describes this trilogy to a T. I love this trilogy. It's one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and emphasis on the satisfying part, because so many series, the last book is just not as complete feeling as it could be, whereas with this series actually has a satisfying finale, and I loved it. Also, William Herondale is in this trilogy, so you know. Alright, that is it! Those were all of the questions for the coffee book tag, and that's all I had for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another vlog up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! You bet your sweet ass I'm gonna do this tag. That was a little aggressive. I'm gonna do this tag. That was a little too passive. For this one, I'm going with The Name of the Wind by Patrick Ness. Rothfuss. Damn it. Oops, I accidentally got decaf. This is a tragedy. Hey bae, hey! It's my bae. Will's my bae. My bae. Not your bae, my bae. What's a bae?